What's up, guys? I'm back with another video, and I'm here to tell you, do not get attached to old people, guys. And I mean this only if they're not in your life anymore, guys, right? It's okay to get attached to somebody if they're there for you, right? If they're in your life. It can get a little tricky sometimes. It really can, guys, because, you know, let's say somebody was there for you during a hard part in your life. You'll probably never let this person go, and they'll probably never let you go. But time moves forward, and different trials and tribulations happen. So sometimes you're not always around them a lot, but you'll always have a heart for them. I mean, they could go out and commit the most heinous crimes, and you'll still go visit them. I mean, it's because it's what people do, um, what people did for you in that time that matters, guys. Because people make mistakes. So if you have somebody that was there for you during a rough period, you'll probably never let them go. But let's say usually it's mutual, guys. I'll be honest with you. Usually it's mutual. If you're there for somebody and they're there for you, you guys probably will not really cease your bond. Well, I mean, lots of things interfere. People, all types of situations could interfere where you might lose somebody, but if you guys ran into each other again, you would reconnect, guaranteed. Like you'd talk and you'd be, that's the truth, guys. Um, but yeah, I mean, let's say you got attached to somebody, but they didn't get attached to you, right? That's something you need to move forward from, guys, because, um, but honestly speaking, though, that doesn't really happen, guys. It doesn't really happen. Usually if someone really needs you and you really need them and you guys connected, that's for life right there. That's when you know it's authentic. Even if you're not like with that person, or even if you're not like their closest person anymore, it's like you always come to their beacon. You'll always come to their side, um, if they need you or if you need them. And that's a real person right there, and that's a bond that has the spirit of God within them. Just speaking honestly. Um, but yeah, like let's say you really got attached to somebody and then they didn't get attached to you. They thought they were attached to you, but then like time showed you that they're not really attached to me. Um, Probably they liked how I looked, or they liked the things I did for them, but they didn't really get saved by me. They didn't really have like that situation that was like, yeah, like if it wasn't for that moment with that person, I wouldn't be me. Right? That's when you know it's forever, guys. But unfortunately, a lot of people don't end up feeling that way long term, right? It's like for them, it's sort of like this temporary thing, right? Like this temporary thing. Don't leave me, don't leave me. But then once you leave them, they're so far like past you, and you know, I'm not even gonna really speak about those people because I haven't really, came to understand that yet. But the people I will speak about is like, people that are there for you, 100%. And you're there for them, and then time kind of moves forward, but it does stay the same with them. It does not change with them, but unfortunately, it's just like responsibilities take over, life takes over, and it so happens that there's multiple relationships and multiple layers to people where this person might have saved you, and that person might have saved you, and you might have saved this person. So then it ends up being like this, branch, like a tree with all these branches. So unfortunately, you might not always end up with the person that saved you, or you might not end up with the person that you saved. But the lines of communication are usually always open, guys. If it's something meaningful to them, if it's something meaningful to you, you'll find a way to still, every once in a while, or even once in a blue moon, or once in just a couple years, just find a way to like communicate. Um, And it gets scary sometimes because life does move forward. And you think like people switch addresses, people switch phone numbers, and like could just go right back out of contact with them. But really, it's that moment that matters in the past. That's what matters right there. And people move forward and things change. Um, but they'll never forget. They'll never forget the times. Even if they have to forget it like a little bit just to move on. Um, if you go back around that person, they're gonna start remembering everything that happened, and it's just honestly, guys. Sometimes people just aren't for you in the will of God. Like God either has something better planned for you, or He has more suffering for you. Because you are going to find God. You are going to be granted a spot in eternal heaven, guys. So don't ever look at it negatively. Always stay positive. You might find somebody and they pick somebody else, and but they still have like that line of communication open. But don't get too greedy. Don't try to steal these people away, guys. The fact that the line of communication is open means they might want to reach out to you. Or if it's really important, you might want to reach out to them. Um, I'm not trying to tell you guys it's like an opportunity or something. I mean, there's potential, guys, but it's not necessarily an opportunity. Like you should just be like always trying to talk to them, or guys, just let them come to you, guys. I mean, they probably have something going on why they can't be like talking to you every day. So basically, the fact that the line of communication is open is a good sign, guys. Sometimes it's better to have that line of communication than to actually be communicating with them. Because it's like, don't think that you're on the back burner, guys. It's just that you got to be understanding person that times do take over and things come about, and they might be with somebody that helped them before you ever even came along. So don't ever get like hasteful or angry, or just understand. Be an understanding person. Be like a person that understands. Like, okay, I understand that. I could bite my lip and I could just take the pain, right? Because I understand for however much special I am to somebody, there might be someone who's more special to them. So that's when you just say like, gonna go through this suffering, and I'll be there. I'll be there if people need me, and I'll do anything for them. But they don't have to pick me. It takes some maturity to say that. Like, I'm gonna be there for this person, but they don't have to pick me, because you know we don't always get picked first. We don't always get picked second either. Sometimes we get picked last, guys. But it's a real maturity, and it's a real spirit of God, to have the spirit of God within you. To even though you got picked last, you still are gonna be there for that person. You're gonna do everything for that person, even though they didn't even pick you. That's the spirit of God right there, guys. Because God left you out of their will, guys, but He writ it in their will for you to help them, for you to be there for them, for you to say the words to lead them on the path of their will, of the will of God, of the will that God has for them. You're still in their will. It's just you're that person who's guiding them into their own situation, guys. So just because you're not with somebody or you're not around them every day, don't think you've been written out of their will, guys. You were written into their will, and you affected the chain of events that led to where they are. So we can't ever question God. We can't ever um, question Him, because our will isn't over yet, guys. It might have already been written. The will of God may already be written and set in stone, guys, but we haven't experienced it all the way through yet. It's like a story, guys, and we're still in the middle of the story. So God might have written something to really teach you something, like, oh, it seems like they're not going to pick you. And then down the line, everything changes. They're right there by you. They pick you. You guys reconnect, or you guys bump into each other, right? That's why it doesn't even matter if the lines of communication are open, right? If something is meant to be through God's will, You guys will bump into each other. You guys will somehow reconnect, guys. They'll see you on TV, or you'll see them in the newspaper, right? Guys, God's will is so extravagant, guys, and so well written, guys. It's like the best movie, story, book that has ever been written, guys. I mean, the Holy Bible and then God's will is like literally comparable, guys, because through our story of God's will that we're living every day, it all goes into the Bible, guys. It all goes into the Bible, right? It's like the Bible is sort of like previous, but now we're later on than the Bible. So it's really helpful to read the Holy Bible. It's really helpful to study the Holy Bible, to basically to basically be able to notice when the Bible is repeating itself in our own life, guys. So we can have faith and we can basically look at things in the correct manner, guys. Just like I'm trying to express to you, that don't feel down if someone didn't pick you and you feel attached to them, guys. You did something that was already in their will for them to get to where they are, guys. And that's what it's really like to be, you could call it just a father figure, or just, a good friend, or just being, all the glory goes to God, guys. So like a chosen vessel by God, right? Because God did this through you. But you should still feel proud that you were that person for them, that was written into their will. Even if you weren't written in their ending, guys, but you were written in their will to affect their ending, for them to know you, to help them, for them to help you, for you to know them, for them to know you, and then if one relationship didn't happen, their ending might have not happened, and that's not how God works. God's will is already set, guys. So we can't question God. We can't question His will, guys, in the name of Jesus Christ. We just got to let it flow, guys. We just got to let it flow. Because we're not God. We're not writing the will, right? God does speak through us. He does use us as a vessel, guys. We surrender to God. We submit to God. But we are not God, so we are not writing our own story, guys. Our story is written out. It's all about how we deal with what we're seeing, guys. How we handle what we're seeing. Okay, it's important to be joyful, guys. One of my bestest friends always used to say, and he still says it, to make a joyful noise, guys, right? So no matter what's going on around you, it's important to make a joyful noise, guys, right? In the name of Jesus Christ. Because if God is putting you through suffering, guys, it's only to test your faith, guys. Are you gonna start using His name in vain? Are you gonna start just being anxious, depressed, or are you gonna take it and just say, like, I still believe in God. I still have faith in God's plan. He's showing me this suffering just like it says in the Holy Bible. It's important to read the Holy Bible because it puts things into perspective, guys. That God is almighty. We submit to Him. We glorify God. Okay, He is doing this not only through us, but He's doing it for us, guys. It's like God is the common denominator, guys. God is the factor, guys. God speaks to us through our surroundings. God uses us to speak to other people. And God's will is all around us, guys. So it's all about how we are interpreting it, guys. It's all about how we take it, guys. It's not about, the more you just feel like chaos within yourself, or you feel like friction, it's because you're not submitting to God's will, guys. You're questioning Him. You're mad at Him, or you're just not even having faith in Him. You don't even believe in Him. So you have self-hate because you think you're the one putting yourself through the suffering. But it's the other way around, guys. God is putting you through that suffering as a test to see how you're going to handle it on the inside, guys. Are you going to take it and say, God, thank you for putting me through this suffering because I trust in you, God, and I believe in your will. So you had to show me this. So thank you for that. Guys, you can all have the same attitude that I'm showing you guys. And this attitude isn't coming from me. This attitude is coming from God, guys. He put this within me, guys. He put the Spirit of God within me. And I'm here to share it with all of you guys, all right? I am nothing, guys. I am nothing. The Spirit of God is within me, guys. He's using me as a vessel. I've submitted. I've given myself to God. I've given myself to Him. All right, so I hope this video can help you. All right, I really do hope this video can help you. And please like, comment, subscribe to pass this message, to pass this video on to somebody who really needs it, guys. All right, I'm out.